Terry Fallis, it's so terrific to meet you. Thanks for doing this.
Oh, Jamie, so nice to see you. I know we're only seeing each other virtually, but I have heard a lot about you and I'm looking very much forward to this. Thanks for
Uh,
having me.
Oh, it's terrific. I'm really looking forward to this event and getting to know you better and having the audience get to know you better because I don't think many people know your background. You are not originally an author at all.
No, I came to writing rather late in life, and I'm sure we'll get into this in our discussion. But yeah, I didn't write my first novel until I was 45 years old, and I've been trying to make up for lost time ever since. So I kind of regret that I didn't start earlier, but I didn't know whether I'd lived enough to write a novel before then. So yeah, it was not my first gig was not being an author, that's for sure.
It wasn't your first passion or even your second. You're originally an engineer and then had a huge career in politics, and all of that informed you in your writing, I'm imagining.
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah, I am a lapsed engineer. In fact, lapse suggests that I actually worked as an engineer. I have never worked as an engineer, not for one instant in my life. But I have the degree and I think very much like an engineer, and I view the world through an engineer's lens. And that has infected how I write and how I approach other aspects of my life, both in my career and otherwise. So while I've never practiced engineering, I still sort of feel like an engineer. But writing has certainly been an interest and a passion for a long time. It took me a while to get started.
Mm. Writing and fountain pens, which comes up very, very often in your latest one, Albatross. And you have a fountain pen collection of your own. And you explained very nicely how you borrow from your own life. You don't appear in your books, but we get to know you a little bit through your books, right?
Right. I think writers always try to be as authentic as they can be in their writing. And I find it easier to do that if I'm writing about something that I've experienced before, or that I care deeply about, or I'm interested in. So these are not autobiographical novels, but there are pieces of me strewn about the pages just because I write about things that I'm interested in. So fountain pens is one of them. There is no research required for any of the fountain pen esoterica that is littered throughout the pages of Albatross.
I am really looking forward to hearing more about your background, about I know what an effort it was for you to get your first novel published and how you actually started it as a podcast, right? To try to get it out there.
I
I
did.
want yeah, I want to hear more about that. I want to hear more about your life, your politics, how it's all strewn through the books, and we're going to get a chance to talk for a full hour about it. So I'm looking forward to speaking with you at the Literacy Unlimited event Under the Cover on the 14th of April, coming up soon. Thank you, Terry.
So looking forward to it. We will talk to you then.